Most people get this wrong when applying for a Germany student visa. And it costs them months of delay, or worse, a rejection. The truth is, it's not the big things that ruin your application. It's the small details nobody explains clearly. In this video, you'll learn exactly what Germany student visa requirements look like in 2026, step by step. By the end, you'll know what documents you need, how much money you actually need to show, and the biggest mistakes you must avoid if you want your visa approved the first time. Let's start immediately with what matters most. If you're planning to study in Germany in 2026, the first thing you need to understand is that there are actually two main types of student visas. This is where many people get confused. One is the student applicant visa, and the other is the student visa. Now, here's the problem. Most students apply for the wrong one. If you already have an admission letter from a German university, you must apply for the student visa. But if you're still waiting for admission, or planning to go to Germany to apply in person, then you need the student applicant visa. This small difference can completely change your process. Now here's where it gets interesting. Regardless of which visa you apply for, the core requirements are almost the same. And the most important requirement, the one that decides everything, is proof of financial resources. In 2026, Germany requires you to show that you can support yourself for at least 1 year. Right now, that amount is around €11,208 per year, which translates to roughly €934 per month. But here's the part most people don't understand. You cannot just show this money in your regular bank account. Germany requires a blocked account, also called a Sparkonto. This means your money is locked, and you can only withdraw a fixed amount every month. Let's say Alex is applying from India. He deposits €11,208 into a blocked account. Once he reaches Germany, he can only withdraw around €934 per month. This ensures that he doesn't run out of money. But here's the catch. If your blocked account is even slightly below the required amount, your visa can be rejected instantly. There's no flexibility here. Now you might be wondering, is the blocked account the only option? Not always. There are a few alternatives. You can show a formal obligation letter from a sponsor in Germany, or a scholarship confirmation. But for most students, the blocked account is the safest and simplest route. Now let's move to the second critical requirement. Your admission letter. This must be from a recognized German university. And it must clearly mention your course details, duration, and language of instruction. Here's where many applicants make a mistake. They assume any university offer is fine. But if your university is not recognized or your course is unclear, your visa can get delayed or rejected. So always double-check your university's recognition status. Now let's talk about language requirements, because this is where things get tricky. If your course is in German, you'll need proof of German language proficiency. Usually this means exams like TSDAF or DSH. If your course is in English, you'll need IELTS or TOEFL. But here's the problem. Some students think that just meeting the university's requirement is enough. It's not. Your visa officer also evaluates your language ability. If your score is borderline, or inconsistent with your profile, it raises red flags. Now, here's a smart tip. Aim for a slightly higher score than the minimum required. It strengthens your application and reduces doubt. Next, let's talk about academic documents. You'll need your previous degree certificates, transcripts, and sometimes even school-level certificates. These documents must be properly translated if they are not in English or German. But here's where most people fail. They submit incomplete or poorly formatted documents. Even a small inconsistency, like mismatched names or missing pages, can delay your application. Now let's move to something that many people underestimate, the motivation letter. This is not just a formality. This is your chance to explain why you want to study in Germany, why you chose your course, and how it fits your career goals. Let's take an example. Jake applies for a master's in data science. If he writes a generic statement like, "I want to study in Germany because of quality education," that's weak. But if he explains how his previous experience in computer science led him to data science, and how Germany's industry exposure will help him grow. That's powerful. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Visa officers read thousands of applications. A clear, genuine motivation letter can actually make your application stand out. Next, you need health insurance. This is mandatory. You must have valid health insurance coverage for your stay in Germany. Initially, you can use travel insurance for your visa application. But once you arrive, you must switch to German public or private health insurance. Now, here's the catch. If your insurance coverage is unclear or insufficient, your visa can be delayed. So always choose a recognized provider. Next, let's talk about the visa application form and appointment. You must fill out the national visa application form correctly and book an appointment at the German embassy or consulate in your country. Here's the problem. Appointments can take weeks or even months to get. So you need to plan early. Now here's a crucial point most people ignore. Your visa interview matters more than you think. During the interview, the officer may ask questions like why Germany, why this course, how you plan to support yourself, and what your future plans are. This is where many applicants fail. They give unclear or inconsistent answers. Let's say John says he wants to study mechanical engineering but cannot explain why he chose that field. That creates doubt. But if he clearly explains his background, interests, and future goals, it builds trust. Now here's a powerful tip. Practice your answers before the interview. Keep them simple, honest, and direct. Don't memorize scripts. Just understand your story. Now let's talk about processing time. In 2026, Germany student visa processing can take anywhere from 4 to 12 weeks. But here's the problem. If your documents are incomplete or unclear, it can take even longer. So always submit a complete and well-organized application. Now here's where it gets interesting. Some students think once the visa is approved, everything is done. Not exactly. After arriving in Germany, you must register your address, open a bank account, and apply for a residence permit. Your student visa is usually valid for a short period, and the residence permit allows you to stay longer. Now let's quickly cover common mistakes that you must avoid. First, submitting incomplete documents. Second, not having enough funds in your blocked account. Third, weak motivation letter. Fourth, inconsistent interview answers. Fifth, applying too late. These mistakes may seem small, but they can completely derail your plans. Now, here's a question you might be thinking. Is it really hard to get a Germany student visa? The answer is no, if you follow the process correctly. Germany is actually one of the most student-friendly countries. But it is also very strict with rules. So clarity and preparation are everything. Now let's summarize everything quickly. You need an admission letter from a recognized university. You need proof of funds, usually through a blocked account. You need language proficiency proof. You need academic documents. You need a strong motivation letter. You need health insurance. And you need to complete your visa application and interview properly. If you get these right, your chances of approval are very high. Now here's the final thought. Most people fail not because the process is difficult, but because they don't understand it fully. But now you do. You know exactly what to prepare, what to avoid, and how to approach your application. If this video helped you, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have any questions about your specific situation, drop them in the comments. I'll help you out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.